The biggest struggle for me this year was definitely time management.
I think time management.
Time management.
Probably just finding time for everything.
Trying to juggle work and school and try to have a little bit of a social life, maybe.
Rushing to work right after rehearsals.
It just gets really hard when you're in two different completely dance groups and trying to have a job and then trying to live your social life.
Getting to rehearsal straight from class all the way across campus, making sure to get there on time.
You know, most of the time you end up making it work out if it's really meant to be.
Fred's choreography. It's really hard.
Learning that there are politics in dance.
Probably playing catch up with everyone else. Because before UDT, I hadn't danced for like a year, and everyone else has been hard at work here, so it's taken me a while to build up the same amount of endurance that everyone else has. I think I'm holding my own, but there are times after pieces that I'm literally coughing my guts out, and yeah.
I've had my Achilles injured.
I had a knee injury that lasted about a week.
I've had my ankle.
I have tendinitis in my ankles.
My hip.
A lot of floor burns that like to bleed.
My shoulders.
Mainly it's hip injuries and stuff like that, but nothing too serious, I guess, not like Vicky's toe or anything.
Pulled my toenail, my big toenail, and it hurt quite a bit, but I danced through it, and it's better now.
I have tendinitis in both of my Achilles and both of my knees, and I went to the physical therapist for my tendinitis in my Achilles, and they got better. They don't really hurt as much, but my knees are really bad now. So bad that I have to sit out sometimes, which sucks.
Oh, and my back was really injured for a while.
I have like tendinitis and stuff.
But they all come back to normal again, like after a week.
I damaged some tissue in my rotators.
Oh, like a floor burn here and there, especially for Sean Show's piece.
There's some wood to knock on. None. So, been pretty lucky.
I don't know. I'm short.
Gracefulness and hopefully positive attitude. My lines, I guess.
My musicality.
I expect a lot from people. I expect a lot of maturity. I expect a lot of personal responsibility.
I guess I bring some kind of humor.
Smiles.
Friendship, I guess. Unity.
I think I talk a lot, actually. But I think that makes people happy.
I bring stuff, I think.
That's what I bring. I'm always prepared. I bring the Boy Scout element. Is that good?
Just my personality in general. I like to be random. I like to do random things. I just have a lot of energy, so I try bringing that energy to people sometimes, or not sometimes, all the time. I don't know.
I think I bring my lively energy to keep the group more upbeat and calm, I guess. Well, not calm, upbeat. It's definitely not the same thing.
A turned-in dance style. I don't know, I think I kind of turn things in a lot or just do like quirky movements that are not natural. Humility in all that we do.
Anybody can be passionate, but only true love can be silly. And I've actually really taken that to heart recently, and I think that I bring the silly, because I really love dance.
I bring dedication. In Arizona, we got some time to just like sit out in the warm patio sun and just talk to each other and relate to each other on a personal level. And that really brought us in a more close relationship. And that helps, 17 people grow together.
Mike Esperanza's class, that was amazing. Getting into the gala, this was the only time I've ever been able to dance in the gala, and probably the only time I ever will be. So that was really special.
Snuggling tumbling with Heather after she came back from the emergency room with the plague. That was fun. She didn't warn me, but it was all right. 3 arms are okay. I don't know, the chicken tender incident, which I'm sure you've heard of.
I heard about the chicken tender being burnt and all the smoke and everything.
Something almost went on fire.
Oh my gosh, I was sleeping in the room next door, and all of a sudden I hear this chaos.
All of a sudden, Josh comes in and says,
Vicky, Sammy just blew up our freaking microwave. Do you have a towel? And then like, she's like,
Go and take a towel, run to their room. I walk in and the whole room is filled with smoke. Josh is with a towel, the door's open, and Josh is like blowing the smoke out. Matt is with the hairdryer.
and then we started freaking out because Marte was coming down the hallway and we didn't know what to do because we didn't know how he was going to take it, but he was a little tipsy or whatever, but it, it was fine. So we came into the room and he was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And then after he's like, who's baking tortillas? It was just like...
The chicken tender that blew up in the microwave, oh, I saw a picture, it was like black and gross and steamy. I'm sure it smelled really bad. I wasn't in that room then, but I'm sure it smelled disgusting.
Okay, so in my defense, the microwave was a twisty. It was like one of those knobs, and I thought I put it on for a minute, but I must have put it on for longer.
30 minutes.
It was just so funny. That was my favorite part of ACDF.
Ballet. I said I hadn't danced like for a year before I started UDT. I hadn't done ballet for maybe 2. So all those French words and the terminology it's just completely lost in me now.
Ballet.
Ballet, I like it a lot, but it's definitely hard.
Ballet is my most challenging genre of dance.
Ballet, because it is so technical.
Ballet. Straight up, ballet. That's my life story right there in a nutshell. I'm not good at it. I'll work on it, but I'm not good at it.
I'd have to say up until I joined UDT would be modern, but that was the reason I joined, so I could get better.
Hip-hop?
Limon, but that's just because before coming here, I didn't have too much Limon experience. But I think I strengthened it a lot thanks to like the school and Gary and Fred.
Every style? Is that a choice?
No.
Totally, it was totally Limon. Just like different way your body works.
Modern.
Well, Limon style of modern. I'm better at other types of modern. I would say jazz. It's really hard for me because I don't have pizzazz. But it is something that I'm working on, and I'm actually really grateful that a lot of the dancers do have a background in jazz here. So whenever I watch them do something, like kind of in the back, try it out.
Here, it would probably be modern because I didn't know Limon style until I came here. So being in modern 2 my freshman year with Gary was a different experience for me, but I loved that class, and I worked really hard in that class, and I think I really learned Limon style pretty decently, hopefully. But modern here, definitely, and ballet. Yeah, ballet. Ooh. Wow. Do we have 20 minutes?
He's definitely changed the way I think about choreography.
He was able to pull out my creativity.
He most impacted me when I had to do my own thing in Choreo 3, when I had to do my own piece with my own dancers, and he was always there for me whenever I needed a suggestion.
Fred is just someone that you can just tell demands respect.
It made me think about dance totally differently. That it has to have more than just moves. It has to mean something, and what it means to have fullness, not only in your movement, but in your choreography.
Every time I hear a piece of music that I like, a whole dance comes into my head, and I feel like that
is mainly because of him. Coming strictly from a ballet background, it was all vocabulary, and he showed me how to make movement my own.
His class right now is going really well. I enjoy it so much. It's my favorite.
I'm no longer afraid, actually, whenever I go anywhere, and I'm proud to be a part, of his lineage.
He really makes us answer the hard questions, the questions that I never want to answer for myself, the questions that leave the audience still thinking about the work that I presented. And that's a really challenging thing to push students to do, and that's what he did for me.